It's New Year's resolution time. Let's travel more.
When people first step on board the airplane, they're usually in awe.
Get a new job.
Anyone can come through and learn skills to become a sushi chef.
But dieting? No way.
It's just like, you can't miss it. You can't pass it up.
Localish LA starts right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Giovanna Lotta. Happy 2020 and welcome to Localish LA, where we serve up the best of Southern California. We are all about the New Year's resolution, but eating healthy, that's so 2019. This year, eat like there's no tomorrow. That's why you need to check out Smorgasburg in downtown LA.
I think a lot of people think of Smorgasburg as just like an Instagram fare, but the mass majority of the folks here are authentically making food from scratch, cultivating recipes from their roots, and there's a bit more of a return to a focus on serious food. We opened Smorgasburg, Los Angeles, here downtown at the Row in June of 2016. We're getting 10 to 12,000 people a week. It is a showcase for Los Angeles. It's really like every palate. So you kind of have the adventurous to the safe, and then you have kind of like the crazy, like the fresh sea urchin to like the fresh baked pizza. Like that's really the range there.
I drove from Barstow to come over here to eat, to try everything here. I got up at 6 in the morning and then we left by like about 8:30, 9, and then got up here like 10:30. It's definitely worth the drive.
This is a concept that we brought from Tijuana, Mexico. Me and my partner, Jorge Alvarez, Joy, started this, and it's a Tijuana-style taqueria.
Waited a while, but it was so worth it. The tortillas are handmade, so they're so good. The meat is very delicious, very tender.
We're the best tacos in the city, probably in the state, probably on this side of the Mississippi River.
I mean, Smorgasburg is awesome. We've been here since day one. They've done such a great job in promoting it, and it just becomes a city in itself. It's a great place to come. It's always so festive, a lot of fun, and yeah, to be able to offer your product and make people happy, it's definitely cool.
Oh man, Burritos Las Palmas, their birria is so tender, the braise on it, the flavors, and then not a lot of people, at least years ago, now people are doing it more, but not a lot of people do fresh flour tortillas. There's a lot of fresh corn tortillas, but fresh flour is just like, you can't miss it, you can't pass it up.
Smorgasburg actually grew out of a flea market we opened in Brooklyn in 2008 called the Brooklyn Flea. 2011, we spun it off into its own market called Smorgasburg, a smorgasbord in Williamsburg. Smorgasburg sort of surpassed its parent in notoriety and popularity, and then expanded to Los Angeles in 2016.
It's a mango-flavored beer, and it's delightful. Highly recommend. I actually came here just for this.
So the story behind this tent, I started as a hot dog stand, but LA turns out to not be such a big hot dog city, but pastrami is the thing.
Just the texture is great, like soft, moist, the bread's fantastic, the whole thing is great.
You know, you can bring your kids, you can bring your parents if you're a young person. You can be super experimental, and you can also just kind of play it safe and have a delicious lunch.
Okay, I'm hungry. 2019 was a year of firsts, including the nation's first cannabis cafe right here in West Hollywood.
My family said, "Where are you going to?" I said, "Going to America's first cannabis cafe."
We are currently the only restaurant, like full dinner service, cannabis consumption.
Realistically, it feels kind of revolutionary, you know? I'm out here, we're smoking, I'm eating, it's great.
So what we're trying to do here is build a culture that is super inviting, approachable, fun, somewhere you can come and consume cannabis with your friends over a fantastic meal. And if we can do that here, I think we can do that anywhere.
For me, personally, it's more of on the medical side, and it makes it great because then I can like go out, I can enjoy myself, I can smoke and eat.
This is for every demographic, and you know, if people are using it for medical use, I mean, even better. There's somewhere for them to go where they don't just have to do it at home.
It's pretty nice.
Do you guys
want help, I can always help you guys roll up something, possibility.
Having been in nightlife and restaurants for years, honestly, this is such a welcome treat. Again, so friendly.
It's a comfortable and safe environment for every walks of life to come to and enjoy a meal and partake in something that just brings a lot of joy to everybody's life.
We've seen people just sharing stuff from table to table who didn't know each other. People were making friends in line and they came in and they were fine with sitting together.
Nice people here that we've met and spoken to, and you know, when you go out, a lot of times people don't even speak to the table next to them at a restaurant, but this just, you know, we've made some really nice friends here and just kind of broke the ice.
The cauliflower nachos right here.
Food's amazing. Don't even get me started. It is every bit of it. And also they have vegan options, which is awesome.
All right, guys, I got the chocolate sundae here for you. With a little caramel drizzle. Enjoy.
In this neighborhood, there's no parking, so take a Lyft, take an Uber. Don't drive.
We're happy to provide an Uber or Lyft for anybody to get home. There's also an app that you can download, Freebird, and we will offer $4.20 or $20 for a ride here or a ride home, as long as you prove that you were here and you purchased something.
I get to hang out with my friends and do something other than going to bars and drinking and getting all messed up and stuff. This is actually, I feel safe here. I feel comfortable.
You know, it's a great night out in America.
And in case you're wondering, the Cannabis Cafe is open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Joining me now is Carl Schmid. He is one of the hosts of ABC7's entertainment brand called On the Red Carpet. Happy New Year, Carl.
Happy New Year to you, too. Are you guys following On the Red Carpet on social media? Get all our exclusive entertainment news on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. On the Red Carpet and at OTRC on Instagram.
I'm already following.
Of course you are. Now, Southern California is home to some of the best museums in the world, including the Grammy Museum in downtown LA. The museum just opened a new exhibit called On the Red Carpet.
On the Red Carpet is one of our most popular exhibits because it's what people get to experience every year. Right before the red carpet specials that we're all so familiar with. A lot of the outfits that end up here are actually donated by the artists themselves.
Here at the museum, you could actually come up close and see, for example, the tuxedo that Nipsey Hussle, a Los Angeles-based rapper who recently passed away, wore at the 2019 Grammy Awards. We have stuff from Peggy Lee from the 1960s. There's stuff from Aloe Black from a few years back. So it's a very historic collection. So it's a very fun exhibit.
When you walk through it, you get to see almost all your favorite artists and what they were wearing, which is really pretty exciting, like Alicia Keys and even Rihanna's costume, which is really cool, which she performed, and all the details that go into the costumes is really exciting to see.
It kind of puts you on the red carpet, right? So it kind of gives you an idea of like the thought process that goes into it, how they just kind of are brave and think outside of the box. Just the creativity of it is just really cool to see.
So we have Kanye West's iconic band outfit from when he performed Gold Digger on the 2006 telecast. We also have all 7 tuxedos from the K-pop boy band BTS. And we have Michelle Obama's eye-catching outfit that she wore on the Grammys just this past year, which is obviously super popular. The outfits that musicians and celebrities wear is really an extension of their artistry. And I think it's very fun to imagine yourself in that amazing piece of clothing that is made a lot of times just for that one night.
Next on Localish LA, looking for a new job?
We train aspiring sushi chefs from all over the world.
We head to a local school that will transform you into a sushi chef. Plus, experience first class without ever leaving Los Angeles.
The Pan Am experience is luxury.
And later, we get cheesy, real cheesy. Be sure to follow Localish and live like a local wherever you go.
It's a new year, the perfect time for a new you. And if you're looking to change careers in 2020, check out this sushi chef school in Torrance.
It's a school for people internationally. Anyone can come through and learn skills to become a sushi chef. And at the end of the 2 months, you're certified from a sushi master from Japan to go open your own restaurant, or you can go work at a renowned recommended restaurant.
We here at teaching is all strong fundamental, 5 things. We teaching how they're making a proper sushi rice and sharpening a knife, cutting a fish, nigiri, and roll. That's the 5 things. It's very important things. That's to help for a big, strong foundation for a per person.
You are at the Sushi Chef Institute in Torrance. We are a professional training school. We train aspiring sushi chefs from all over the world.
I'm from East Coast. I'm come here to go to school because I was amazed with the presentation, at the same time how you learn about sushi.
So what happens in this room is it's a test. They're getting judged, they're getting graded the whole time. You have a regular sushi bar menu, just as if you were in any sushi bar. We encourage the customers to order excessively so that they can get a realistic idea of what it's going to be like.
We're always trying to please the customers to the max and just make sure they're enjoying everything. And if they don't leave with enjoying their meal, then it's our fault because we didn't do well enough or perform well enough.
The service has been very good, no different than any other restaurant. I had the sushi roll and the salmon skin roll, and they're very good.
This is very private. We invite different influencers, friends from within the network, business owners, different people that we want to celebrate too. It's pretty exclusive.
I'm teaching over 20 years. Over 1,800 people graduate so far. So it's coming from a many good story everywhere in the world. One of the Spanish chef is in Colombia, is the one on the top chef. Other chef is our top 100 in the US. Restaurant owner, over 100 restaurants. And Barcelona and a #1 lady chef. And top chef right now and a Michelin 3-star.
It's great for people who are just starting out if you are on a blank canvas and you want to pick up skills from different sushi masters, also interact from people of different backgrounds. So it's a great network of students here. And it's great coming to the sushi bar as well every 2 months to see different skill levels and people from around the world and just ordering different dishes and kind of seeing what they can do with it.
Sell yourself, be yourself, celebrate who you really are, and the customers get that vibe. They want to hang out with you, and that's what you want, because it makes it more than just food, it's a whole experience.
Coming up on Localish LA, we travel back in time.
It's exactly like it was almost 50 years ago.
Plus, tackling the smog.
What are the different sources from which air pollution comes? And then we've been trying to identify policies and technologies that are available to reduce those emissions.
If one of your New Year's resolutions is to travel more in 2020, Carl's here with a dining experience that's perfect for you.
It's called the Pan Am Experience, and it lets you travel back in time to the 1970s.
The Pan Am Experience is luxury.
It's an absolute blast.
Come aboard the 747 for the most amazing vintage airline experience you've ever had. Welcome aboard the Pan Am Experience, Boeing 747. I'm Anthony Toth, the captain of tonight's flight.
When people first step on board the airplane, they're usually in awe.
We have created a time machine. We are at the upper deck of a 747 in 1970.
They did an excellent job. Everything from the whole decor to the food, to the lace, the duty-free, about all the bags. Fantastic, great job.
It's exactly like it was almost 50 years ago. It's exactly the staircase, the galley, the first class, it was exactly the same.
What this experience does is kind of shed light on an airline that was so instrumental in in really carving out aviation around the world. We created the experience really to sort of bring to life an era that is no longer around.
This is a dream for me to be able to relive the 1970s, early 80s.
This makes me feel like I want to fly this way all the time.
The arrival at our lobby is actually the very first moment you'll encounter the brand. We have a Pan Am ticket counter and a little fake airport lobby. At our ticket counter, you're going to receive a vintage Pan Am boarding pass complete with a sticker seat assignment because there were no computers back then. You'll have a little bit of time to enjoy our Clipper Lounge and our Clipper Bar. After boarding the aircraft, we're going to do a traditional safety demo, albeit with a bit of humor installed. And then traditional Pan Am service will begin throughout the evening.
It is incredibly fun, it is incredibly immersive, it's part dinner theater, and it's also a show.
At the start of the service tonight, we're going to do a cocktail and beverage service, and the cocktails are reflective of things that would have been served back then, vintage cocktails.
I love the idea of recreating what flight used to be like, and this has been lovely.
The meal service is going to kick off tonight with an appetizer course, which is a shrimp cocktail or a tomato pesto glaze with mozzarella. The main course tonight, because we're featuring a flight to Hawaii, is going to be a choice of Chateaubriand carved tableside or a teriyaki Hawaiian chicken. It'll be followed by a really spectacular cheese and fruit service complete with port wine, and then we'll top off the evening tonight with a fantastic array of pineapple upside down cake, chocolate torte, or fruit tart.
Wish airline food was like this today.
The food was fabulous. We have the Chateaubriand.
In between every course, though, is a really special treat. We're going to do a fashion show which will feature every Pan Am uniform that existed from the late 50s all the way through the demise of 1991.
And we have the time of our lives serving people because it's just really fun. When people leave at the end of the night, they have had such a great time. I've never met anybody who didn't have the time of their life.
And so we hope we leave people with a little bit of, sort of excitement and memory of what air travel really was back then.
If you like retro, if you like to dress up for an evening, and you like to have something, a different experience, it's really a lot of fun to be here.
How many times have you been, have you traveled with the Pan Am experience?
5.
It's like stepping back in time. It's everything that we want Pan Am to be, that Pan Am was. It's a blast.
And it's open bar.
And it's open bar.
Giovanna, I loved this experience. It's not cheap, but it's really, really cool.
It looks cool. Thanks, Carl. Now, from airplanes to air quality, the people at UCLA are working on eliminating LA's smog.
Los Angeles has made a lot of progress over the last 40 years. However, we have a long way to go still. Our ozone levels have been going up. Climate change and higher temperatures are one of the reasons that they've been increasing. Researchers at UCLA literally discovered the cause of smog in the 1960s and 70s. And since then, we've been trying to help identify the causes of air pollution, what are the different sources from which air pollution comes, and then we've been trying to identify policies and technologies that are available to reduce those emissions.
The City of Santa Monica has an Office of Sustainability and the Environment. It's been around since 1994. We believe we're one of the first cities in the world to publish a sustainable city plan. When we talk about renewable energy, we're mainly talking about solar power. The facility we're standing at right now is our Santa Monica civic parking structure. The UCLA Smart Grid Energy Research Center plays a pivotal role here in helping us deploy electric vehicle infrastructure and analysis of how EV infrastructure communicates with solar power. We have a goal we recently stated in our climate action and adaptation plan to be carbon neutral by 2040. We recently launched an electric vehicle action plan. It's being recognized as one of the world's most aggressive plans for electric vehicle deployment. The UCLA Luskin Center was really instrumental in helping us understand electric vehicle charging demand, geospatial analysis of where those electric vehicle stations would be most efficiently deployed, and then understanding how the economics of a rebate program could really help stimulate the market. So we're currently in construction of the Santa Monica City Services building. We believe, based on its design, it can be in the conversation of the world's greenest building. The Living Building Challenge requires the project to completely be off the grid. It must produce all its own energy from renewable sources. It must produce all its own drinking water and manage all its wastewater on site. The building is going to be groundbreaking in the sense that it'll be the first project to use composting toilets in a commercial office building in California. It'll be the first building in California to drink the rainwater that falls on its roof. This is a community that takes a lot of pride in paving the way around the world for what a sustainable city can do. When we deploy ordinances and regulations that are beyond the rest of the country and even California, our community embraces that idea as opposed to fighting it.
The city of Santa Monica has been a leader in sustainability for the last several decades. And they're one of only 12 cities in the county of Los Angeles that are 100% renewable today.
What we're doing here in Santa Monica may seem far-fetched. It may seem like something that we can only do here in a coastal city that has wealth and that has resources, but I think that that's a mindset that's about to change. And I hope everyone who wants to contribute to a brighter future where we consume less resources and have more biodiversity and save water for our future generations can look to Santa Monica and what we're doing with our building infrastructure and find ways to deploy that in their own community.
Up next on Localish LA, cheese lovers rejoice.
And that's our way of adding love into the sandwich.
See more Localish LA stories at abc7.com/localish.
If one of your New Year's resolutions was to lose weight, look away. We are heading back to Smorgasburg for a cheese lover's dream.
Cheers.
No bacon.
This definitely caught my eye right here. It's a cheap meal. Well worth it.
Yeah, actually the name Cheese is inspired from Kanye West's album Yeezus. He did that entire album in France. He did it with a lot of other producers and collaborators. Minimal, brash, aggressive, so we kind of follow all that. And the reason why we also started was we wanted to get people eating real food again. Yeah, our most popular sandwich is called the Incredible Hulk. You have a Hooks cheddar, you have Fontino Fontal, you have smoked bacon, avocado, lime aioli, red pepper chili oil, and a fried egg. For the Incredible Hulk sandwich, we have an egg mold in the shape of a heart, and we'll crack the egg in there, cook it, so it comes as a heart egg, and that's our way of adding love into the sandwich.
First time. It's like drenched in a certain oil in it. It's really good.
So yeah, that's been a lot of fun. We have some amazing cheeses that are done by some of the best cheesemakers, and it's kind of good to get people to expand their horizon from just the mozzarellas and cheddars that you would find at a grocery store.
Looks so good. That's our first episode of Localish LA in 2020. For more, check out abc7.com/localish. Have a good night.
Don't miss an all-new episode of Localish LA on Sunday at 6:30 on ABC7. Or click on the subscribe button and watch Localish LA anytime.